Thank you. Good morning to you listeners of DBS Radio, wherever you are at this time, and those who are viewing as well, because we'll be bringing this live on social media. We greet you from the House of Assembly on Victoria Street. DBS Radio, we are here for an outside broadcast, not the regular broadcast where we have debates going on and parliamentary proceedings in terms of bills being presented and put before the House, but we are here for a very interesting activity. It is an orientation workshop for all parliamentarians, and the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association of Dominica, the Dominica branch, is hosting this very important exercise. And as I speak, I can give you an indication as to what is happening already, and very soon we should see a start. So the parliamentarians, a lot of them are here already, and a lot of them are making their way into the House of Assembly. Very interesting activity that will be held here this morning. Of course, the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association has as its key objective working to support good governance, democracy, and also human rights. And Dominica would have joined the Commonwealth when it attained statehood in 1978. And of course, Dominica is a member of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. As I said, a lot of ministers are here. Just recently, of course, Dominica had elections on the 6th of December, and we saw a record number of independent candidates coming forward. And at the end, we have two independent candidates who made it. The Salisbury seat, Jesmer Paul Victor, and also the Marigot seat was contested by Anthony Charles. And there is an arrangement as far as the leader of the opposition is concerned, and this is being done on a rotational basis. So Jesmer Paul Victor is currently the leader of the opposition. But a number of new parliamentarians in the House of Assembly this time around, and this exercise is very important to really give them an entry into the proceedings of the House of Assembly, what is being required. So I guess they will have a chance to look at the Standing Orders Committee, the Privileges Committee, and important committees like this that makes up the Dominica branch. As far as the House of Assembly is concerned, we should see a start soon. The Attorney General already seated, so too a number of ministers. I see coming in right now Jesmer Paul Victor, who is the opposition leader in Dominica. The Speaker of the House of Assembly, Joseph Isaac, is here as well. And it should be a very interesting exercise here at the House of Assembly. And as I said, they may be informed about the structure of the Privileges or Procedures Committee, and this is very important, a very important makeup of the House of Assembly. So this expected will be done as well, because the session will go on until this afternoon, but DBS Radio will bring you live the opening ceremony, and that is very, very important. The administration of Parliament, probably standing orders and precedents, will also be looked at as they get a basic entry into the proceedings of the House of Assembly. Of course, we have parliamentarians here who, of course, are well aware of what their roles are, because they would have been involved in the whole process already. But the new parliamentarians, this is certainly a very important exercise for them. And so we await the start of this session here at the House of Assembly. DBS Radio bringing that live to you. An orientation workshop for parliamentarians in Dominica. An exercise organized by the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, the Dominica branch. So as soon as they are ready, we will bring to you live the proceedings at the House of Assembly. Okay, so I'm still here. I guess I have to talk still. We are also on social media, so this is not an exercise only on radio. DBS Radio bringing this live to you. You see, so we are going to begin very, very soon. A mixture of youth and experience as far as the House of Assembly is concerned this time around. A number of new individuals, young people as well, making their contribution in the House of Assembly. So very soon the speaker will begin, and let me just move to the other side for the proceedings to begin here this morning.
Honorable Alice Boyd-Knight, Speaker Emeritus Douglas, Ambassador of the State of the Congress of Africa to the Republic of Cuba.
Mr. James, the light is off, so we start from scratch. Hold on. Yeah, start from scratch.
Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister of Health, Wellness and Social Services, representing the Honorable Prime Minister at this morning's opening ceremony for the Parliament Orientation Workshop. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, all members of Cabinet, facilitators, Honorable Attorney General, Levi Peter, Honorable Alice Boyd-Knight, Speaker Emeritus, Mr. Ian Douglas, of the Commonwealth of Dominica to the Republic of Cuba, honorable parliamentarians, the media, invited guests, the listening public, good morning. Can we all please stand to welcome the Father's presence in our midst this morning? Father, we praise and thank you for just waking us up this morning, for health, for strength, and the ability to come here to this day. Father, as we do so, may your Holy Spirit come by and be with us throughout this day. As we repeat the words the Father has taught us, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us from our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Can you please be seated? To give our welcoming remarks this morning is none other than the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Joseph T. Isaac.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister of Health, Wellness, and Social Services, representing the Honorable Prime Minister, honorable members of Cabinet, honorable parliamentarians, which would include senators, our facilitators, that's Honorable Levi Peters, our Attorney General, also Honorable Alex Boyd-Knight, Speaker Emeritus, Honorable Ian Douglas, former Minister and former Attorney General, and also former parliamentary representative for the Portsmouth constituency. Invited guests, the media. I would like to, first of all, congratulate all of you who were successful at the polls in our last election, and also congratulate the members who were nominated as senators. It gives me a distinct pleasure this morning to welcome all of you to this House of Assembly of the Commonwealth of Dominica organized one-day Parliament orientation workshop. This workshop is geared towards bringing newly elected parliamentarians up to speed with the rules and procedures of Parliament, and to serve as a refresher to the older parliamentarians. Older not in age, but in terms of time serving as parliamentarians. This workshop will be delivered in 4 parts or 4 components, namely part 1 gives an overview of Parliament and its role in the governance of a country. Part 2 explores the standing orders, which is really the rules of Parliament. And I say again, the rules of Parliament, because they are rules. Whether we are involved in playing netball, football, basketball, even rounders, they are rules. So we have to look at the standing orders. Also in part 2, that section will examine the responsibilities and privileges of members of the House of Assembly. Part 3 will equip members with various debating styles and techniques. While debating, bearing in mind that they have to navigate the rules and be conscious of the rules while debating. In the past, you'd hear me say that debating or talking or reasoning on a political platform or on a radio is completely different to the House of Assembly. The House of Assembly, yes, you have the privileges the privilege to speak and to speak freely, but you have to always remember that there are rules guiding it, and we will really go through that process. Part 3 will equip members, so I already talked about part 3. Part 4, give members the opportunity to participate in a mock debate. We had a mock meeting, rather. Don't be worried about it. We will tell you this morning what the topic will be. It's just one bill which was debated in the past. We'll ask one member on each side to volunteer for 10 minutes so that we can guide. We have the Honorable Ian Douglas, we have other members who have been there in the House in the past. Honorable AG is there, Speaker Emerita will be there. So we have a number of members who could guide you and point out. So this section will not be live, it's really a training exercise. It is my hope that members will take full advantage of this opportunity by participating effectively, asking questions and giving suggestions. The legislature is the representative body of the people, and therefore we should always be prepared. So when we come to debate or represent, we will put our best foot forward on behalf of the people. It's really about the people. We will conduct the usual post-election seminar in March of 2023. That's in the next 2 months. We usually have a 3-day seminar. But what we wanted to do an orientation because Parliament, our first sitting will be on February 6th. So we need to ensure that members are acquainted with the rules before. Once again, welcome, and I would like you to enjoy yourself while giving and impacting knowledge and building camaraderie across political philosophies and boundaries. Parliament really is working together in the interest of the country. So I would encourage you to build camaraderie and enjoy yourself while representing the people of Dominica. Thank you and welcome to our workshop today. Yeah, Parliament is Tuesday the 7th, sorry. Tuesday the 7th, yeah.
Okay. To give some brief remarks is the leader of the opposition, Honorable Jesper Paul Victor, to give a few remarks.
Honorable Castanet Laville, Minister of Health and Social Services, representing the Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly. Honorable Alex Boyd Knight, Speaker Emerita. Honorable Levi Peters, Attorney General. Parliamentarians, senators, the media, and other invited guests, good morning. It gives me great pleasure today to stand here as a newly elected parliamentarian. This workshop today will indeed inspire many of us here who are new to the arena. We are looking forward today in knowing and learning the guidelines and principles of the House of Assembly. This, of course, is a great initiative by the government and the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, as it will enable us to become more fluent in our speech, better debaters and disciplined, all guided by the standing orders of the House of Assembly. My colleagues and I are therefore honored to be part of this orientation workshop, as it will help broaden our knowledge in matters of governance and parliamentary procedures. Once again, thanks for this session.
To deliver the address at this opening ceremony for the Parliament Orientation Workshop is Honorable Castanet Laville, Minister of Health, Wellness and Social Services, representing the Prime Minister at this morning's opening ceremony. Honorable Laville.
Screen. Okay. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Members of Cabinet, Honorable Jesper Paul, Leader of the Opposition, other Honorable Members of Parliament, the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, both the wider branch and the local branch, various facilitators, Honorable Levi Peter, Attorney General, Honorable Alex Boyd Knight, Speaker Emerita, Mr. Ian Douglas, Designate Ambassador to the Republic of Cuba, all invited guests, the media, everyone watching, viewing on various platforms, all Dominicans, pleasant greeting to you, to all of you. First of all, may I take this distinct pleasure, this opportunity to wish all of you a happy and prosperous New Year. I know we are down the wicket in January, but it's our first opportunity to meet together. So I wish you a prosperous and productive 2023. I also wish to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you all for being here, for being parliamentarians. Congratulations particularly to those who are elected, who are given the mandate, that distinct mandate by the various people, the good Dominicans all across this land, to represent them and represent the most important issues and various interests. So congratulations to you indeed. We have a lot of work to do. We've been elected, we've been chosen and selected to be parliamentarians, comes tremendous responsibility. And we intend to take this responsibility very, very seriously. We have a lot of work to do, and we are committed to the task. And we ought to be committed to the task, and we ought to be prepared. And this is why today, on behalf of the Prime Minister, I must say thank you to the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association for organizing this workshop to allow for this most important training. With the most important business of the land being charged as our responsibility, we must be prepared. And we can't treat the most important business of this land as casual at all. So I certainly embrace this for all of us. I want to say thank you to the good people of Dominica for once again participating in free and fair elections. And not only that, but peaceful elections. It tells a story about us as mature people in this country, as mature people in this nation, Dominica. That we take this electoral process very seriously. The fact that there were no disruptions, no disturbances, no clamor, no noise, no disturbances, it tells me that the people of Dominica are extremely mature and we take our business very seriously. But with that being the case, it also tells a story, it continues to tell a story that the burden of responsibility for us is tremendous and we must be serious. We live in a time in our life where probably it may be the most difficult in our recent history. Most challenging health-wise, most challenges in terms of the economy, and we need to think differently in the ways or posture in which we address and approach these difficulties. We must approach these challenges with innovation. We must embrace new thinking. We must adopt a new posture. And hence the reason why the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, has announced a reset. And it is a reset that we must take seriously. We must embody that. We must espouse it in our thoughts, in our thinking, in our attitude, in our dispensation. It is a reset that we must embrace to approach the next few years, the next few centuries that we will face. That burden on us as parliamentarians is tremendous. And we must see today as the start and embrace every opportunity in this training that will be offered here today. We must not see ourselves as divided at all. Yes, there was an electoral process. Yes, we participated in that. The people did too and expressed their will and expressed their choice. But as parliamentarians, we must come here with the seriousness and with the maturity to know that our job is to be legislators, to make law for peace and to foster good governance. And with that being our charge, we must look at everyone as Dominicans, regardless of our separate ideologies. We must therefore build camaraderie as much as possible. We must see ourselves as partners that we can learn from and build from and support one another wherever possible, as far as possible. And I know and I trust by the mere fact that we are here today in such large numbers, even after we had cabinet yesterday, before and after the Honorable Prime Minister did express to us that he wants all of us to be here today to participate in that, no matter how much experience that some of us may have as parliamentarians. So I thank you all sincerely for showing your tremendous support to training and learning and building. Like I've said before, we have a lot of work to do, and we must build ourselves and prepare ourselves adequately to do the work of the people of Dominica. It is therefore important to all of us that we must take the time and adopt that posture of discipline to know the Constitution of Dominica. We must familiarize ourselves with the sections that speak about Parliament and what is required of us. We must familiarize ourselves with the standing orders of the House as well. When it's being said that we must be parliamentary in our behavior, our deportment, in what we do and what we say, we must know and understand clearly what that means. It is therefore important that we familiarize ourselves with the standing orders. The people have voted for us to represent them. And what that really means, in fact, is the 70,000 people in Dominica are saying that they are entrusting us with the leadership of this country. They are entrusting us with steering that ship through the most difficult times, to navigate that ship through the highest tides, through the most difficult circumstances. And we must ensure that we repay the good people of Dominica with good leadership. I look forward to being part of this training today. I embrace it wholeheartedly, and I am hoping that we all can do the same and learn as much as we can from this training opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I look forward to various other training opportunities for us. We take the work and the business of the people very seriously, and with that being said, I do hope that we can continue to be equipped with all the skills, all the tools that are needed to ensure that we are adequately equipped to do the work for and on behalf of the good people of Dominica. Thank you very much. Sincerely, I do wish all of you the best throughout this workshop, and thank you sincerely to the esteemed facilitators that we will benefit from today. Thank you very much.
Just a short announcement. The Honorable Prime Minister will be here today. He has an engagement with a foreign entity, so it was very important, but he will be here. We almost have a full house, but we have 2 other members who are overseas on government business. So I just wanted to just say that so the nation can know that the Honorable Prime Minister actually spoke to me last night about the situation. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kasani Laville, representing the Honorable Dr. Roger Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, for a well-delivered speech here. I do hope that we in this House, in this honorable House, have taken it in, have taken our notes, and will make the training what it was, the objective it's meant to be. This now brings to end the opening ceremony. We'll have the media excused from this point. We have a 5 minutes break, and then we'll come back at 9:38 to commence the first session. Thank you. All rise.
Official opening of the ceremony here, the orientation workshop for parliamentarians, and very soon they will proceed with the matters that are before them this morning. A reference to how they familiarize themselves with the proceedings of Parliament, the House of Assembly. For many of them, it's not a new experience. Of course, many of them, of course, have sat here and debated. But for many as well, it's, well, for quite a few, it's something new. So an entry into the proceedings of the House of Assembly is very important for them. And very soon they will start off, as I said, with the matters before them, the agenda items on that program. The parliamentarians of Dominica are being introduced to the House of Assembly through an orientation workshop. And this is organized by the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, the Dominica branch. So let me just go closer to the area where I see the opposition leader, Jesma Paul Victor, and her two senators. One is Sean Douglas, and I'll try to get the name of the other young lady. So it's a mixture of youth and experience. Sean Douglas, of course, is no stranger to this. In fact, for Sean Douglas, this is familiar territory. So Jesper Paul Victor, the opposition leader, is having a conversation with Anthony Charles. Anthony Charles, the Marigot constituency, of course, his father, Richard Charles, would have done a lot in terms of developing Dominica. So he is here as well with his two senators. So very soon, of course, they will start off and learn more about the House of Assembly. But it's like a social activity time, if you could call it that. Meet and greet more so. And I'm very close now to Fenella Wenham, of course, new to this business of politics. Fenella Wenham of the Portsmouth constituency. Miriam Blanchard as well, having a conversation with another parliamentarian, Senator Ostel Lockhart. So it's really a much anticipated training exercise, I would say, for many of the parliamentarians at the House of Assembly this morning, as they prepare for this workshop. Several matters, several areas that they will be discussing this morning. I'm sure that they too will have a lot of questions that they would all want answered as far as the proceedings of Parliament and what it entails, what is really their role in all of this. It's one thing to look at it on television, but when you are directly involved, it is something else, something different. So now for picture perfect moment with the opposition parliamentarians, Jesma Paul Victor and Anthony Charles. I'm not sure if they had a discussion about the colors, but very interesting colors, maroon. Both of them were in maroon. Lauren Henderson, of course, is no stranger to the media. She is a senator on the opposition side. Lorraine Reed. So the parliamentarians are having some conversations, some discussions going on right here as they get set for the official starts. It's a lovely day, today Wednesday, on DBS Radio. We are very happy that we could have brought this live to you. So we were here really for the opening session, the opening ceremony more so. And that is over now. So at this point, we will end the broadcast. And then the proceedings will continue. The media will depart. And then later on our news, we'll give you excerpts of what really transpired here at the House of Assembly this morning. So on behalf of the technicians on duty, the station engineer, Dean Thomas, and also with us, Aaron Wilshire and Denzel Schillingford, who was here earlier, and my Ivona John Baptist Luque. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing.